Earlier this month, temperatures skyrocketed close to the century mark. According to the Tacoma Pierce County Health Department, when outside temperatures are that high, the danger for heat-related illness rises. With me today is Tieka Adeogun, Chief Emergency Management Officer with the City of Tacoma, to fill us in on resources and tips on keeping cool during hot summer days. Tieka, we're so glad that you're here today.
Thank you for having me.
This is perfect timing because I thought summer was never going to get here, and summer has definitely arrived.
With a bang.
Yeah, that's for sure. So can we just start with what tips does the emergency management team have for folks to stay safe during the summer heat and how to be prepared?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing people really need to do when it comes to staying safe during this heat is figure out how to stay cool. I know in Washington, we are not equipped with ACs automatically in our homes. So if you have to get out, know where your local cooling centers are, get into a library. Libraries are a great resource. I tell people if you want to read a new book or just go and sit and cool off, the libraries are great. A lot of our community centers in Tacoma are open as well. So if you can get out, that would be awesome. Pay attention to your personal health. I like to encourage people, if you start to feel dizzy or nauseous, be mindful of that and get out of the sun as quick as you can. But also enjoy water parks. There are some people who just don't want to be inside, so they will go out. I think, from an emergency management perspective, heat is the new normal, right?
Yes.
So it is not going away. Each year we're going to have these 90 to 100 degree weather incidents. And so it's important now to know to prepare every single year so that you're ready for that, knowing where the support centers and cooling centers are and how you can stay happy and healthy during these heat events.
Why is it critical to pay attention to hot summer days?
Yeah, because you don't know how quick the heat can actually have an impact on you. If you walk outside for 10 minutes or so in 90-degree weather, you are probably going to get some heat exhaustion. You get pretty tired and lethargic. Also, it impacts other health things that you are already dealing with. So diabetes, heart conditions, things like that can also be impacted by the heat. So it's important to understand personally what your body can and cannot handle because it can sneak up on you. But more so, it's also important to be prepared so that you are prepared in your home with water, you're prepared with fans or cooling systems, whatever you need to have on hand so that you can be as cool as possible, but also ready to understand what your body is going to need in the event of a heat event.
Yeah. Can you recommend some other resources to help people beat this heat?
Yeah, so if you go to cityoftacoma.org/inclement resources, you can take a great look at all the stuff that the City of Tacoma has. So we know our partners with Neighborhood Community Services has opened up cooling centers and shelters, but there's also some summer events that are going on that can actually get your kids out of the home and help them remain cool. So the Star Center has events going on, as well as Eastside Community. So there's a lot of stuff out there where you can click on that link and find those resources. If you don't know where to go, if you can't get online for that, you can go into any of our libraries or our public locations, and that information is also available. So
what can the city do to support residents and helping them beat the heat?
Yeah, that's, a hard one. I think information is always the best. When we talk about people, we want to make sure that they understand that it's not safe to be out in the heat, but if you are going to be out, be mindful of how you feel, know where the nearest location is. I was telling someone the other day I hopped into a froyo place so I could cool off just a little bit because the 10 minutes I was outside, I was already sweating bullets. But understand, I think putting out that information and really making sure our residents understand where they can go to get help and resources. City of Tacoma Emergency Management has rack cards that we give out to our unsheltered populations as well as our communities as to what they can do to beat the heat, things they can do in their home, closing your windows, closing your blinds, have your fans going to stay cool, that kind of information. So I think putting that information out there and making sure our community and our residents really understand what they can do on their own to also be cool in the heat.
Can you share a little bit, for those who don't know, about the city's emergency notification system, Tacoma Alert?
Yeah, so Tacoma Alert is the alert and warning for City of Tacoma. So all of our residents can sign up through that. You can go to cityoftacoma.org /Tacoma alert. And we do both emergency alert and general messages. So general messages, just go to your phone. It's not something that will buzz too loud or tell you to get out or evacuate, but it will tell you where those community resources can be found. So you can sign up for both emergency alerts so you're aware of where to stay away from, but you can also sign up for general messages so you can understand where to go to get help and resources in the community.
Yeah, important to save those numbers too.
Yes,
right? In your
absolutely.
phone. That's
Save
awesome.
the number. We do encourage it. So once you sign up, we do ask, you get a text message or an email asking you to save the number for Tacoma Alert so you don't think that it's spam, but then you'll understand what's coming to you and you can pick up that phone and listen to the message.
Tieka, thank you so much for all that you're doing, your team is doing behind the scenes, and just providing tools, resources, kind of the map, the book, right, that you guys are writing to care so much about our city and give these helpful tools and hints and of just how to be more prepared and what to do in case of an emergency. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.